I see ads in my newsfeed nonstop about getting appointments. In fact, I run ads on getting appointments. They convert very, very well when I show people a calendar filled with appointments and I say, hey, I'm going to show you how to do this. And it's funny because I can tell when an appointment is with an actual agency client or when it's with a student. And I'll even notice when a lot of my competitors, because I'll see their names, I'm like, I recognize that name. Some of my competitors in the agency teaching space will be like, I'm going to show you how to get all these appointments. They show you their calendar and I'm like, that's not an agency client, that's a student. But why is it that this works? This is an interesting thing and I want to break it down for you. The reason for it is because appointments is the external goal. But what is the internal goal? Well, when you see appointments, it represents sales opportunities. And when you see sales opportunities, it represents security and you're closing the gap on uncertainty. You're becoming more certain in life. And what we see is that people will get into this hustle grind mode. And I'll give you this example because I've been there before. In fact, sometimes I have a hard time getting out of that mentality because I was poor for so long in life. I was so broke that like my wife and I was good at hustling, but I remember that there was a time, we actually only lived like 3 blocks away from here, and we got this phone call. We had a huge bill that popped up. It was a medical bill. I had no clue how in the world I was going to pay this bill. So what I would do is I'd get up, I'd be laying in the bed, and it would be like 11 o'clock and she's falling asleep. And I'd be like, I can't sleep. And I would go in the other room. And at the time I was hustling cell phone parts. I was selling cell phone parts. And I would sit there and I would just be messaging people. And I'd be reaching out and I'd start closing deals. And then I'd start finding things. And oftentimes that's where many people start getting sidetracked and they start looking at affiliate marketing and all this crazy crap that they get into because they're so panicked. They don't know, even agency owners, they don't know where their next dollar is going to come from, but yet they know what bills they have to pay. And that's the scary part. When you know what bills are coming up, but you don't know what invoices are getting paid. You don't know what sales opportunities you have. And so seeing a full schedule of appointments is like feeling like you're finding this potential pot of gold because hey, if I can close even just 1 out of every 15 calls, I can grow a really good agency. And it's true. You can. That's the beautiful thing about the whole thing. And we teach people how to get those appointments. And if you're really wanting to learn how to do this, you got to go all in on it. You got to go deep into it. Because just scratching the surface level, getting appointments, but not knowing how to close them, that's only going to cost you money. So I give this illustration a lot when you think about like stocks. You have to be able to get past the spread before you become profitable. Oftentimes people don't get past the spread of agency to become profitable. They set some appointments, they pay for, let's say you paid some money in ad spend or you hired some cold callers and you paid them, but you didn't do enough appointments to actually ever become profitable. And then you turned it off or you stopped and you felt like you just lost money and that doesn't work. These ads that you see me running, this might even be an ad. Funny thing about it, I took a video, and this is just in life, it's a lesson you could say. I took a video that I made a year and a half ago, put it into a webinar, and I decided to spend money on it. I spent almost $1,000 in ad spend, and I had not yet made a single sale. At the very end, I sold 2. So I was like, I'll leave it on. The next day, I sold another one. So, and these are at $2,000 sales, and this was literally just over the last couple days. Well, if I would have stopped at like $600 and said, this webinar is not working, well, what would have happened? I wouldn't have made those other sales. Same thing with agency. I'll have agency or appointment setters, and maybe I'm getting on calls or my closers are getting on calls, and I'm like, wow, they just got on 15 calls and they didn't close a thing. I wonder if I should pull them off or stop that person or what. And then they'll close 2 in a row. So you really can't look at short-term data. You have to look at long-term data. And that's why I say you got to go all in. It's not something you just want to tinker with on the side. If you're interested in going all in, I can promise you I am the best person to go all in with because I know how to do it. I do it regularly. My training literally shows you over the shoulder, here's what I do, here's how I set mine up, and I'll even give people things. Here's the copy I was just using. Oh, here's the image I was just using. Here's the funnel I was using. Here's the trainings I'm using. So I give people everything to be successful. This seems like it's just what you need. Don't hesitate. Click the link below. You can sign up or you can schedule a call with us. If you're on the fence, just email us. Or I think when you go to exit out of the video, there's the option to schedule a call with us. Do that. Appreciate you. Have a great day.